of the Rise. We must find a way to reach this would-be Celestial before she transforms. Activate the triggers to summon the bridge. Activate the triggers to summon the bridge. Regent Cassipia, you must not continue upon this dangerous path.
No, you don't understand. Leave us alone and everything will be fine.
I sense Cassipia's presence, but I do not see her. Be on your guard.
Come back to me, little leaf! No! No! Little leaf! I am the exalted Viper! I shall... I only saw to make things better.
Use the portal and return to the observatory. I will meet you there. Regent Cassipia reached for powers that were not hers to acquire. And so we did. Cassipia and Little Leaf's deaths were regrettable, but they were a necessary evil in our efforts to save Craglorn. You have provided another great service to the Guardian Celestials. For that, you have my gratitude.
To me, champion. We are connected through my Apex Stone, so only you can see me. I must ask you to set something right before it's too late. Mortal, the Celestial Guardian has one more obligation for you to fulfill. My champion, Titus, who I called across the sands of time in my moment of need, is fading. His mortal mind can't deal with the shift in his reality. The longer he remains here, the more likely he will lose all that he is. If only it were that simple. As Titus loses parts of himself, his connection to me is severed. I can no longer reach him with my blessing. Titus has done everything I asked of him. It is time to send him home. Will you help him remember who he is? I knew I could count on you. I last saw Titus in the north, searching for his wife's grave. As his mind slips away, he fights to hold on to it. It pains him to accept that all he knew is dead and gone. Yet he strives to keep the memories alive. The Serpent's corruption was insidious. By the time I realized what was happening to my Apex Stone, I was too weak to fight back. But I was able to call my champion to me. Titus is valiant, and he knows this region well. I knew he would be an asset. The Serpent forced me to summon Taresh Z and his army, using our connection to infiltrate their minds. I summoned Titus before the Serpent completed his control over me. It was my last free act, and it allowed Titus to remain true to his own heart. Such complex and powerful magic always contains an element of risk. It was never my intention to harm Titus. Now I want to make things right. Help restore Titus's memories and his connection to me. I can send him back where he belongs.
Careful. I erect the spine of warning. Stay back. It's dangerous out here.
Now is not the time, my friend. I mean you no ill will, but if you don't leave me to my thoughts, I will draw steel against you. I came here to remember her. I have to remember her. I've lost everything else. I can't lose her as well. What's happening to me? I'm fading away. I remember everything since I arrived in this time perfectly. But memories from my time? Memories of who I really am? They slip through my fingers like sand in an hourglass. I came here to try to hold on to the memory of my wife. But the realization of her death... it's almost too much to bear. More questions concerning magic? Do I look like a mage to you? I once was proud that the warrior had chosen me. But now, that honor hangs over my head like a curse. I can't even hear the warrior's call anymore. Please, friend, just leave me be.
The darkness that shrouds Titus's mind blocks my connection to him. But since you touched my Apex Stone, I can still communicate with you. You consider Titus to be a friend. Are you ready to help him? Once there was a blade of legend called Warsworn, wielded by my greatest champions. It has been without a true consort for far too long. We must change that. Currently, an iron orc carries the blade like a trophy, even though he cannot wield it. Warsworn can do many things in the hands of one worthy to wield it. Recover the blade and give it to Titus. It will remind Titus of who he is and restore his connection to me. Then I can send Titus home. The blade resides in the ruins to the southwest, while the Iron Orc, Scareth of the Many, is not worthy of Warsworn. He is a powerful combatant. He collects trophies from his victims, and will not give up the blade willingly. The blade will restore Titus to his true self, but time grows short. Already, I sense that Titus contemplates a warrior's death as a release from his torment. We cannot allow that. Titus still has many battles to win before his life comes to an end.
It's good to see you again before the end, my friend. I was just saying one last farewell to my wife. before I depart to find my final battle. This is a magnificent blade. I can feel its energy. It calls to me, just as the warrior once did. It feels right, as though I was meant to have it. Well then, in friendship, I hope you'll accept my old blade. Something to remember me by.
Take up my blade, Titus Valerius. You have earned it. Let its might flow through you and remind you who and what you are. A warrior true.
I feel stronger. My memories return. Celestial warrior, hear me. I have done all you have demanded. I have served faithfully. Now please, send me home.
You are my champion, Titus, in whom I am well pleased. Hold tightly to the blade. It will travel with you and serve you well in your own time.
My comrades, my friends, never have I fought beside more noble heroes. This may be farewell, but I will not forget you. Fight on, and never let your values falter. With you, I know the future is in capable hands. Larissa, beloved, my part in this war is over. I'm coming home.
Do not fear. The story of Titus Valerius recounts one of the greatest warriors to ever walk the surface of Tamriel. His achievements echo even into the future. Perhaps the same would be true of you.